Hey everyone, welcome to the Coaster Giant channel. My name's Matt and today I'm at the Drayton Manor Resort in Staffordshire to experience their Night at the Manor event. So it's their first ever proper Halloween event. It's got mixed reviews online, so I'm going in with a totally open mind. I do love this park, but I'm going to be totally honest. I will let you know exactly what I think of the event. We've got quite a lot of stuff to do. We've got a torchlit walk, we've got a scare maze in the castle, we've got an audio experience on the train, we've got a DJ in the Vikings area with all the rides open in that area, not around the whole park. So there's quite a lot to look forward to. It's open from, you can get into that event, it's a separate ticketed event. It's open from 5 until 9 o'clock tonight, and the cost of the ticket was £24. I got it for 19 because of my annual pass holder discount. So I think for 4 hours of entertainment, that's not too bad. So yeah, let's get into the park and find out what this event is all about. So, I feel like I've completely misread what this event is about because it's now 5 o'clock, all the rides are still open, everything's open in the park. I thought it shut at 4 and then the night event started at 5, but I think maybe the Halloween stuff just starts at 5 and everyone else is allowed to stay all day. I literally haven't got a clue what's going on, but I do know that I like the addition of the new branded mugs. I've also seen adverts for normal just Drayton Manor ones, so that's really cool. I'm liking them. And I've also just picked up my t-shirt that I won in a Twitter competition, which has got the Apocalypse logo on, and the date's 2000 to 2022, its lifespan. So I'm just waiting, I'm just going to have a quick bite to eat, waiting for Matt and Rob to arrive, and then we've got 4 hours to check out all the Halloween stuff, so we'll let you know how it goes. Okay, now I get what's going on. The rest of the park is shut at 5. So the event starts officially at 5 o'clock. The music at Vikings all stopped and a DJ's taken over, so there's some good music pumping out. So we've got all the rides in Vikings area, Apocalypse is staying open, and then we've got all the scare attractions to get done. Still waiting for Matt and Rob, they're a little bit late. So I'm sat here on my own. But yeah, they're on the way, so we'll get on to our first attraction now. First up, we're doing Castle of Screams, which is in the old Excalibur building. Here we go. First attraction of the night. Castle of Screams. Let's go. Okay, that's the first attraction done, so Castle of Screams. So bearing in mind I've only had a limited experience of scare attractions. You can check out my Scarefest vlog from Alton Towers and my Screamfest vlog that are on the channel now too. So as a scare maze, it was alright. We only queued for 15 minutes and the queue was long, so that wasn't bad. And the batching was pretty good as well, there wasn't many of us in the group. It's just a series of really dark corridors created with fences and black cloths. It was quite dark, it smelt horrible, which I suppose is the point, so the smells were kind of on point with it all. But I only got a couple of proper jump scares. Somebody came out of nowhere, which made me jump, and then there was another one near at the end. Rob got a good one right at the end. There's a few swear words involved, so at least you got a really good one. It was quite short. First attempt at a scare maze for Drayton Manor. It was alright. It was alright. It was definitely more family than adult thrill. I don't think there needs to be a 14 age limit on it. So yeah, I'm here with Matt and Rob. Jump in, guys. Hi. Oh, they look under-infused by that one. What did you think of it? Honest opinion?
It was okay. It's not Alton Towers standard at all. It was. I think for their first try at them, because I'm not going to say that making a scare maze is easy, because I wouldn't know where to start. So they're not easy to build.
I think I'm trying to not compare this to anything I've been on.
Yeah, they're not easy to. It's not easy to scare people, especially grown adults. That's not easy to scare people. So it's not an easy job at all. And for their first one, I think it was okay. It needs a lot more.
I think what it would benefit from is a storyline.
I was just about to say.
Because you're literally just walking into the dark in a castle but you don't really see much. There's some quite good theming in there, which I think is just part of that, whatever that is. I know they use it at Christmas and stuff.
It's the old Excalibur stuff, wasn't it?
Yeah.
So that's what it is.
But it was alright, it was alright. My most anticipated thing for tonight is to get on the train and this audio experience that we're going to do. So I think we're just going to wait. Should we just wait 5 minutes because it'll be dark in a minute, and then we'll jump on that.
Give it 5 or 10 and we'll go.
Yeah, and then the other one is a torch walk thing. So we need it to be dark for that as well. So, yeah, not a bad start. Not a bad start. Let's see what happens on the next one.
This is my Scott. It's got to be slow though because the coast.
Okay, we're on the train. We've got headphones on. Bluetooth headphones. I don't know what's going to happen, I don't know what to expect, but this is a good use of the train. So let's set off and see what happens. Oh my god, what is happening? Oh, we found some good lighting. So Haunted Express. Oh, it's gone really quiet. The music's just got off.
We're between songs.
So, first of all, it's on the train, the normal train. The cycle takes about 15 minutes. So it's quite a long queue. We waited for 45 minutes for that, and the queue is now double the size. So that's going to be a long wait. But it was really good. I was impressed with that. I was hoping it'd be good, and I think it was better than I expected. Would you agree?
Yeah, I think I would. Yeah, okay, yeah. Better than expected, yeah.
So it's a trip with Bluetooth headphones on. The audio quality was fantastic. I was really impressed with that. There was loads of like that whole thing of moving from your left ear to your right ear and stuff. The train stops a couple of times on the way around. I'm not going to give too much away or too many spoilers, but there's actors out there. I got a jump scare from the audio because I thought someone was in the bushes, and I also got a jump scare from one of the actors. I was preoccupied looking at one side of the train and this thing came out from the other side, and there was a lot of actors. I'd say it stopped twice, and the first time there was only one actor, wasn't there?
Yeah,
but
I think that actor walked up.
Maybe.
I think that actor followed the
But
train up.
but all the way round,
2,
it felt like there was at least 10 people.
Did you see the guy in the bushes?
Yeah.
As we came almost back, he just like popped his head out the bushes. I was like, that made me laugh. I was like, oh.
I feel like there could have been 10 people there because they were all quite spread out.
Yeah, there probably was.
And it's not like they can nip over the rapids, is it?
Well, no. It did feel like there was a lot, yeah.
It was good. I was really impressed with that. That was a good one. Drayton Manor.
The 2 things that we've done so far, that was my favourite.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the best thing so far we've done. That is the best thing, yeah.
There
I
was
did like that.
really,
Very, very ingenious use of the train.
Yeah.
Which I love.
there's a really good storyline as well. So it kind of immerses you in it, which is good. Right, let's go on the hunt for Zebadiah. Is that what it's called?
Yeah, that's what it's called.
Okay, let's go. Okay, just outside the train station. Imagine if they had the carousel going. Not a lot for people to ride on, just going slow with really slow, creepy music, like in an abandoned theme park. That would look really cool and add to the atmosphere around here. So this is the queue now for the Haunted Express. Wraps right around the Buccaneers, right back to the centre of the park. This queue is going to take at least 2 hours to clear. Right, so Hunt for Zebadiah. The concept of that was really good. and I really like how Drayton Manor have done 3 totally different concepts for the different Halloween experiences. So basically it was a walk through the zoo, there was no lights on. We had an actor at the start that kind of set the scene for the story, so it was quite good that they attempted to put a really good story in place. It was really dark, and then we got to a certain place where there was a guy with a chainsaw, and it was a real chainsaw. I've heard other stories about what happened in that thing, and yeah, it was definitely a real chainsaw, and somehow we built up really good anticipation and still made us all jump when he revved the chainsaw up somehow, so that was pretty good. And then we got led back into the park by a security guard that had got his face completely covered, so that was kind of freaky. Yeah, freaky. But there just needed to be more scare actors and stuff in there. It was, the concept of what they did with that was really good. Execution could have been better. I think in terms of foundations for an experience, it's good, and if they can build on that over the next couple of years, it could be a really good event. The only thing I'm not sure about is how well it's going to work in the zoo and how right it is to be in the zoo with all the animals and everything, but I'm sure that they'll work that out. Right, we got out of that, we went straight on Apocalypse. It was Matt and Rob's last ever ride on Apocalypse.
It was.
They were sad.
I'm actually really sad about it.
It was a zombie apocalypse, but we didn't see any. No, we saw a zombie. One of the ride ops had got his face painted, but by the time we got on the ride, there was like nothing going on. But it's Apocalypse. You don't need all that stuff. You don't need it. It was a good ride. It's great to get on in the dark. So yeah, the other thing with Zebadiah, we queued for nearly an hour. So by the time we got in the queue for Apocalypse and got off Apocalypse, it was 9:10. So we haven't even set foot in Vikings tonight, and it's already shut. So that's a bit disappointing. I think if there was a few more rides and attractions open, it'd help spread the crowds, and we could have done a little bit more. So yeah, that's something that maybe they could improve on for next year. But I think overall, what did you two think of the Zebadiah thing? Do you agree with what I said, pretty much?
I really agree with what you said. There's not
Stop
enough
there.
going on in, there's not enough going on in there. It's a good, like you said, it's a good foundation, it's a good idea, the concept is there.
So anyway, we got off Apocalypse, it was 9:10, so we just had time to go and grab a beer, which we've been wanting all night, but we've just been too busy getting everything else done. So overall, what did you guys think to the event?
The event as a whole, I think I came with different expectations to what I got. What I got was, I don't think there's enough time to do everything because the amount of people that were here. I think there needed to be more, not experience, but more rides open and stuff, because there's just too many people. The queues to these experiences are too long for what they are.
I would say the queue for the train after we got off would have been 2 hours long, which was quite painful.
That was ridiculous. Like, you can't queue, that's too long. But yeah, I just think that if there was more open, you could spread people out a little bit more and things like that. And I think I was expecting more of a theme. And maybe that's just because of my trips to Alton Towers and Thorpe Park. I was kind of expecting a similar thing. Because it's a theme park, I was expecting the same. And I've got here and it isn't really that.
I think it's... I've come in with an open mind and thinking, don't compare it to stuff like that because it's kind of unfair to. But I've had a good night. Like, I think it's been fun. Cheers, everyone.
Cheers. Yeah.
What do you think? Have you enjoyed it?
Yeah, it's been really good. I'm not going to repeat everything that you guys
We've both
said,
babbled on about.
but I completely agree with you. I think that there is a lot of potential, and I don't think it would take too much to make it a really, really, really good event. But yeah, but I think there just needs to be a little bit more to it.
Yeah.
And maybe some more storylines and
Yeah.
like immersion into things would be good.
I think what I'd like for next year, I just would rather it just be one ticket, so you can just come to the park all day. You haven't got to worry about buying your day ticket and your night ticket and everything. Just have it all lumped into one. And then you can probably spread some of the activities. So the indoor maze, for example, I know there's kids stuff in the day, but that could be open longer. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like I need to think about it to give like a proper critique of it. I'm not in any way saying it's bad. I've enjoyed myself. I'm not sat at home on my own. I'm out, so I'm always going to have a good time. But yeah, there's lots of little tweaks. Things like there's dead areas around the park, so some more music, like around the train station. There was no music while we were waiting for the hunt for Zebadiah. There could have just been something in the background, and that would have just added to the atmosphere, and probably focused people a little bit more on what was about to happen as well, because we were all just in the queue, stood around, and so they'd obviously got time to just fool around and stuff, and then that carried on into the walk round, which was a bit of a shame. But no, I've had a good night. It's really nice. We just sat here with beer. It's so warm tonight as well. Like, who would think that this is like nearly November? But yeah, it's really nice. The food and the drink places have stayed open past 9 o'clock as well, which is good. So I don't feel like we're being rushed or kicked out of the park. So yeah, all in all, it's been a good night. Purposely wanted to wait to end the vlog until I got home. I wanted a little bit of time on the way home just to think about what I'd experienced and gather my thoughts on it. Because I'm quite, when I'm in there, when I'm at the event, I'm quite quick to like, when you're taking up the atmosphere, I'm quite quick to be like, oh my god, that was amazing. So I wanted to give it like a proper critique tonight, because so last night at the event, this is more of a review of what I've seen. It's not something that's probably it's not gonna help you because you can't go because the event's finished now. So yeah, I love Drayton Manor. It's got a special, very special place in my heart. It's my childhood park, and I've loved over the last couple of years seeing it come back to life. And I think it's fantastic that they've put on this Halloween event. I had a genuinely have had a good time tonight. We've had a laugh. The 3 scare things are alright. They were fun. They weren't world-class scare attractions by any stretch of the imagination, but all of them have got a good grounding for becoming something really good over the next few years if they do this again. So I'd say the Haunted Express, I think it was called. Oh, I've got the leaflet here, I should just check. Let's get this right. So, the Haunted Express, that was really good. The technology on there was really good. The story was good. The worst thing about that was the throughputs, and the queue line had no atmosphere to it. So there's a few things they could do with that. Put a few speakers in, get some spooky music going on, set the scene. You've got a class attraction there. The Scare Maze, the Castle of Screams. So, it was like a story without a beginning and an ending, but a good bit in the middle. So I just think a little pre-show explaining the story of what you're about to walk through, and then a decent ending, because there was no kind of climax to the maze. You just walked out and that was it. That would give you a good grounding at the start of the maze and a good ending, so you'd go away smiling about it, and I think that would generate a better feeling about that maze. It's very atmospheric. There was good theming. The actors were pretty good in there as well. We got a few decent jump scares, and it was really dark in sections, which always, I now know, gets me in a maze. It's definitely the darkness that gets my heart pounding and gets me like on edge. So yeah, it's good. Just again, little tweaks could make that really good. And then the hunt for Zebadiah, that's got massive potential. Waiting for an hour with no music or no atmosphere around you didn't start the experience well. Again, a couple of speakers, even if it was pop music, just something other than standing around with no atmosphere around you. Once you got on it, the actor was really good. He led us through a really dark zoo. There was a good storyline to it as well. You'd got a bit of a halfway round, you kind of got the climax halfway round, and then you were just led out of the zoo, which was a couple of minutes walk. So I feel like there just needed to be a few more actors and things would be good. I don't know if it's a good idea, but I do kind of feel like if it was me, I think if you set the scene and you were on a ghost tour around the zoo, but then like something come over the radio saying like an animal's escaped or something, and then you've got this overlay of another story that a lion's escaped, or I don't know, a snake, anything, something's escaped from the zoo, and then you're like involved in the action of like the people trying to catch it, or you're trying to get away from it or something. I don't know, there's something, I feel like there's something in there that if you could trick people into getting really scared about that. So yeah, I think that would be good. I don't know, let me know what you think in the comments down below. I might just be really tired and talking rubbish. So yeah, the 3 events were good. Zombie Apocalypse could have just been Apocalypse. I mean, one of the ride operators had got their face painted, that was about it. There was a smoke machine, that was good. Apocalypse has just got on its own. It doesn't need any theatricals around it really. Where I think tonight probably went a little bit wrong is in the build up to the event. So I've got the leaflet here. So Night in the Manor, brilliant branding, love it. The ultimate scare experience, it isn't, when you're going up against all the farm parks and places like Alton Towers, to call yourself the ultimate scare experience is a bold claim, and it's setting a level of expectation, and that isn't met at the minute with the event they've got. The line underneath which says frighteningly fun for everybody, yeah, it's a lot of fun and there's some frights. That's perfect. I think if this was called Night at the Manor, frightly fun for everybody, that would be perfect. I don't think it needs to be over 14 age limit on it either. So yeah, maybe just tweaks to the marketing, tweaks to some of the things around the park to give it a bit more atmosphere, and a few more rides open would be good. But on the whole, I've had a good night. It's just them little tweaks. We've had a really good laugh. We just didn't have enough time. We couldn't get everything done because everything was so busy. So hopefully, because if it's been a success this year and they've sold enough tickets, it'll be back next year. It'll be bigger and better, and I would go back next year. Without a doubt, I would go back. So yeah, it's been a good event. I'm glad to see that Drayton are entering into the Halloween market. I think it's quite exciting seeing how the park's grown over the last couple of years, to see how this event could grow as well. Right, that's it for the vlog. Thanks very much for watching. There's been a lot of talking and not much action. It's been a different one because there's been no rides or anything to really go on. But yeah, it's been a fun night. I'd definitely do it again. So we'll see what they bring to the table next year at Drayton Manor. If you've enjoyed this one, give it a like, subscribe to the channel, and I will link in at the end of the video my first ever vlog from Drayton Manor, and in that I explain all about why it's got such a special place in my heart, because I love it. I do love it. Yeah, so thanks very much for watching. I will see you in the next one, which might be Wallaby Belgium, or it might be Fireworks at Drayton Manor, which I'm going to tomorrow. And it's 11:30 now, so I need to get to sleep. I've got to go up at 7:30. Right, thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.